The swamp, Swift for Power Mop.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payment.
And welcome to it, everybody. A very happy Monday to you. Kicking off another week here on Gwynn and Chris. San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. Chris Ello, Matt Skraby. We are in the Odyssey Palace Studios, San Diego, California. Tony Gwynn Jr., there he is. Citi Field. Is it still Citi Field? Did they sell it?
Yes.
Did they change it?
Nope. It's still
Without
Citi Field.
alerting me?
Without alerting you didn't get the update.
I didn't get the memo. Citi Field, home of baseball's most disappointing team, the New York Mets, and the Padres will try to keep things disappointing for the Mets. A 3-game series starts tonight, and of course, it's a big day in San Diego. Tony Gwynn Jr., how are you, sir? We welcome you, and we also welcome the official new ownership of the San Diego Padres. Is anything feeling any different yet?
No, nothing's feeling different.
You haven't noticed anything yet, or haven't been?
No, just some closure. Finally, it
Yeah,
seems like Padres have finally, literally dotted the I's and crossed the T's, and ink has dried now officially. Pretty cool. New ownership takes hold. Now we find out, which direction the Padres head, and I think there's some excitement behind the new ownership taking over.
Yeah, I think everything we've heard, to this point, and of course, I had a little press conference here a little while ago, so we'll try to hear some of that on the program. We only have an hour before we got to get it back to you in New York, Tony, for the ball game tonight. But we'll try to hear from the new ownership. They spoke a little while ago, but everything so far has been, hey, we want to follow in the footsteps and the dreams of Peter Seidler, and obviously they're going to put their own spin on it. Everybody does, but. As long as they're giving AJ Preller, Tony, a checkbook big enough to sign the likes of, say, Luis Rengifo off the scrap heap, we should be fine. This guy, is unbelievable. I don't know if people realize what's actually happening before our eyes here. Hits a home run to kick off the scoring yesterday. And, I looked this up, Tony. I tweeted it out, but Luis Rengifo, since he joined the Padres, has an 884 OPS. I don't think there's a player anywhere who is on the trade market, no matter how much money they cost, no matter how many all-star games they made, that is slugging and OPSing to that kind of percentage since the trade deadline. And to find this guy for $5, sitting on a street corner somewhere waiting for his name to be called, it has been a fortuitous thing to be sure.
So Joey Gallo's somewhere like begging to be signed by the Padres, right?
Joey Gallo.
I mean,
well,
he's a scrap heap guy.
He'd never have an OPS of 884. I mean, to put 884 into perspective, that would slot him right behind Matt Olson on the Major League leaderboard right now. Matt Olson is a guy that could win the MVP of the National League. So
yeah.
It's just look, you got to be lucky sometimes. But as you said last week, Tony, AJ Preller, his staff, they do a lot of work on stuff like this. They don't just take swings in the dark and, get lucky. Because if they did, it wouldn't happen almost every time.
No, it does. At this point, it's not luck. It's not by chance. These are thought out moves that have hit, and he's hit on a ton of them at this point. And so, Padres playing some good ball. Mets playing some good ball too. So I mean, this has been their best stretch of baseball in quite a bit of time. And so, the winners of 9 of their last 12. So the Padres can't come in here. They got to play as well as they played in Cleveland, or they can come in here and get beat. So Walker Buehler on the bump today for the Pods. Padres seem to play great baseball whenever he pitches, regardless of how he pitches. They find ways to win these games that he starts. So a lot of things working in the Padres' favor right now. Aside from Jackson and Toddy, it's nice to see Gavin get another homer there last night or yesterday. Chris, you mentioned Rengifo continuing to blast balls. Cronenworth gets in on the action. So a lot of things moving in the right direction. Casey Mize, let's not forget about him. He was as efficient as could be yesterday. Everything that you would hope a trade deadline acquisition performs like, he's done that the last 2 starts. So a lot of things flowing in the Padres' directions right now.
That is the good news. There's no question. The news that is a little more eye-opening is the fact that you're still just 1 game ahead, right, of the Diamondbacks. You're 3 games ahead of Miami. I like where they are. Everybody likes where the Padres are, but there's no room for taking your foot off the gas because these teams are right there. The Phillies are tied with you. So it's still going to be a great race. There's still a long way to go with the way the Padres are playing. I was watching, Skubal struggle again yesterday. Now he only gave up 1 earned run. So his ERA didn't take a hit, but I think by the time he left the game, they were down 4-1. He hasn't won yet in 3 starts. It just guarantees and it just underscores what we know, Tony, which is there are no sure things anywhere, especially at the trade deadline. Everybody talks about who's got to get this and who's got to get that. The names may change, but the players who have those names still have to go out and perform. Padres so far have got, I think have been okay. I mean, Robbie Ray I think he'd like to do a little bit better, but Casey Mize has given him exactly what they wanted so far.
I'm sorry, I'm watching my man for the Mets, the closer or the bullpen dude who jumps in the sky and then
does he practice that in the afternoon?
No, I hadn't seen the clip of him doing it and it being a ball.
And the challenge,
and then he got it wrong still. That's hilarious.
I cannot, I cannot get past the fact that this dude does this all the time. like okay, first couple times fine. But like every single time,
it's like a Mario Brothers movie.
It's crazy.
It's like somebody pushes the yellow button on the controller and the character goes boing.
I do love that
jumps up.
I do love that he challenged yesterday so confidently and he got it wrong.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry, Chris. What was the point you were making there at the end there?
Padres are hitting on trades.
Yeah, well, we've been pretty lucky on who we've acquired at the trade deadline is what I'm saying. And, other guys are, still trying to settle into their new teams. And, it's not always easy as the Dodgers are finding out. Oh, by the way, the Padres are only 7 games behind the Dodgers. I don't know if I should duck that in there.
We're following last year's script.
We're trying to we're getting a little bit close here. Not yet close enough to really make it serious, but look, 17-5 streak will take care of stuff like that. you mentioned the guys who hit the home runs yesterday. To put Jace Bowen in there too. And Jace Bowen might have been the actual star of the game yesterday. I don't know how many runs he saved coming in left field, but I remember stuff like when Craig Stammen takes Sheets out and puts Bowen in, and then Bowen makes 3 great plays to save the game, because next week when somebody says Craig Stammen never makes the right move, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, I try to remind people, well, that's really not always true. This was an absolute perfect move that played out and helped the Padres win that game. Jace Bowen had a great day.
Yeah, I don't know with 3, but he made the one that
was great. The other 2 were maybe a little more.
The one changed the whole complexion of that inning.
Yeah,
because if he doesn't make that play, you got yourself a little bit of some issue. It was only a 3-run game at the time.
That's right.
So it's a wow. Can't think of a better word. A marbly move, right, for him to go
marbly
for him, because if he misses and that ball rolls to the wall, there's action, right? But he makes a fantastic athletic play, and then my man comes up and goes Oppo Taco over the right field wall. Like, that's as close as he gonna get to Toledo, right, to playing at home. And last day on the at the building, he has the best day. It was perfect.
Was the marble a reference to a body part or two?
Yes,
something like that.
Right, that's what I thought.
I think someone called him huevos at some point.
Well, he made it. Look, he comes up with plays. Look, the Padres come up with plays when they're winning games. I mean, the Saturday game was certainly almost an aberration when you think about the fact that Jake Cronenworth made more errors on one play than the team had hits in the entire game Saturday. But look, they come right back. They get the shutout performance yesterday. They don't have to use Mason Miller at all yesterday. Another day to rest. He goes full tilt. I think Morejon only threw 8-9 pitches yesterday. Should be good. Let's go back to Friday night as well, Tony. And you've got yourself the lead, 2 runs in the 9th inning. And that's Bradley Rodriguez who comes through those swinging doors in the 9th inning. And the Padre Twitter faithful lose their minds because all of a sudden Craig Stammen is the biggest idiot again. I don't understand. Does anybody just not think that it could be possible that Mason Miller was down for that game, which it turned out to be, but everybody just assumes that the manager's just forgotten what he's doing? It's crazy.
Yeah, I think what did Marshawn Lynch say? I'm about that action. Like the idea of having a deep bullpen like everybody likes to talk about is just talk until you actually
need it.
Until you actually need it and need to show it. And that was Craig Stammen saying, I know we got a deep bullpen. Mace not feeling perfect like we would want him to after a day off. Cool, we'll give him another day. And no sweat. We got Bradley. We're going to slot everybody down a spot. Jeremiah will do the 8th, and Morejon can close it out. Or excuse me, Bradley can close it out.
Yeah, Morejon was really down too because he'd almost gone 3 innings.
Yeah, he didn't pitch.
Yeah.
He didn't use any of the last 2 guys.
I know.
And they did what a deep bullpen actually does, and that's perform when their 2 best guys ain't available.
Well, it was I believe it was the 17th or 19th win this year, maybe 19, where the Padres have trailed at some point by 3 runs. That was Friday night. And I brought this up last week to you, Tony. I said, not only is that impressive that the Padres have done it, but the thing is other teams aren't doing it that many times because they don't have the bullpen to hold the other squad like the Padres do. This is where it pays dividends to allow you to come back like that.
And that's where those guys that we just mentioned, not named and Morejon or Miller, cut their teeth because they're the ones that got to come in when the Padres are down and they're not in the 9th inning, say. You're going to use those guys to keep the score where it's at.
Yeah.
That's how you start to build up the confidence so that when it's your turn, you can go pitch in a closing situation. Now, listen, the ninth inning is the ninth inning. It's different than every inning. Everybody will tell you that, but you can't get no experience doing the ninth inning unless you're doing the ninth inning. And so there it is. Bradley was able to come in, and it looked like it was light work for my man. He wasn't tripping at all. And
I was tripping when the first guy squeezed one off the end of his bat and dropped it just out of the glove of Ty France off his glove for a double. I thought, this is bad start. Bradley didn't seem to care. He just give me the ball.
That's
I'm
what
fine.
you want. Low pulse. He talked about, having the chance to learn from Robert Suarez last year when he came up for that little bit, and learn from Adrian Mortihone and learn from Mason. Those guys don't ever really seem to be rattled, and so that's a good. I mean, that's a good. First of all, it's a great sign for a young pitcher that he's paying attention like that already, and that he's been able to kind of acquire some of that knowledge from some of these guys.
Well, let's come full circle here in our first segment, Tony, go back to the new ownership taking over, because to me it's interesting. This ownership basically agreed, the first word of all of this basically came down in May. When it came down, they were basically signing up for a team that was going to the playoffs in May without any question at all. The Padres, I think, were 29-18. They were cruising in there. And then everything gets agreed upon and some announcements and some stuff leaks out. And now we know we have to wait for all of it to be confirmed. I don't think that they wavered the last 2.5 months, but I'm just glad that on the day they actually become the owners, they're back to having a team that's in the playoff hunt again, because for a long time there, it didn't look like that's what they were going to get.
Yeah, Kwanzaa Jones and Jose Feliciano, I'm sure they did not waver at all. I mean, these are big time.
Skraby was wavering. Skraby would have pulled his money, I think, in mid-June.
Are we talking my $3.9 billion?
Yes, he would have pulled it. Yes.
I don't know if it's that easy, but I may have thought about it for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I was happy to see that Sheil Seidler tweeted out today.
I did too. That was
she
nice.
She was happy, and she said that Peter would have wanted this team to go to people like Kwanzaa Jones and Jose Feliciano.
No need to keep up the fight when the fight is over and it's time to move on.
Yeah.
So
it was just nice to see that she was like, all right, this is
is ending the way that you would hope something like this
instead of some stupid fight that hangs over the team for like 5 years or something like that. Like we can move on. Yeah, Chris?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think of some other teams that have that kind of stuff hanging over them, and I don't know that the Dodgers apply, but I do know that the Dodgers have lost 12 out of 16 games, and even Dave Roberts is getting upset now.
Dodgers may have some ownership stuff hanging over them.
Oh, boy. Skraby would love to see the whole Mark Walter thing collapse.
Mark Walter's now shopping the Chelsea team that he has.
Dodgers are going to be last but not least.
The rumors are that $20 billion, is what is under question for Mark Walter.
We shouldn't even be going there.
I know. I knew Tony was going to say that.
It makes me just
Gets you a little worried?
It's not even worried. It's just uneasy because there's just too many just weird things happening, connections. This is a lot.
But isn't the number one
this type of story?
I know you do.
I know.
We know, and that's why we're trying to calm you down. But isn't the weirdest thing of the whole Mark Walter Lakers sale the fact that it happened in 4 days, and we're just now getting to the official Padres sale, basically 4 months after the whole thing?
It's not official.
The Lakers?
Yeah, because the owners still have to vote on it and everything like that. So they're in the same
thing,
same holding pattern as the Padres.
All right. Well, we're happy to have you with us Monday. Like I said, quick show. We'll get as much in there as we can, right up until Sam Levitt's pregame show at 3:00. Tony's in New York, the Big Apple, the Padres, and the Mets. Padres are 1 game up in the NL wild card after taking 2 of 3 from Cleveland, and the ownership is official. Glad you're with us on 97.3 The Fan.
Tune in Thursdays at
Get some weight off. Learn how to eat better. Make smarter decisions. Quantity matters. All right, short get together As mentioned earlier, Tony's gone off to get ready for the ball game. But a lively beginning to the proceedings today. Skraby is here alongside Bill House Studios. We know how. All guests on the program, of which there will be none today, appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. By the way, Skraby, I think you should talk to our old friend, our ex-friend, Sam Levitt, who now appears on the Braden Suprenant show.
Oh,
before us.
Yeah, I don't book Sam because
whatever happened there to like Sam a little exclusivity.
Every time I text Sam and ask him to come on the show, he's always like, really?
Well, we give him. Well, you know what's funny though, when he needs to promote something or he needs to be on,
come on in, Sam.
Yeah, hey Sam, sit down, make yourself at home.
It's true. This is true.
But when we need somebody to come on and talk about the new ownership and some of the insight, that he might have. No, he sells himself to the Braden Suprenant show instead.
That's true, and he also tells me not to use certain audio pieces so he could debut.
I'm disappointed in Sam Levitt, so much so that I may not get out of this seat when it's time for the pregame show.
Yeah, right.
Later.
You're going to be out of that seat before the show even's over.
Good point. All right, but Sam is coming in here whether we want him to or not with the pregame show in a little while. Padres Mets tonight, and Walker Buehler trying to keep it going for the Friars here. By the way, if the playoffs started tomorrow, Skrabe, guess where we're all going?
L.A.,
yeah. Dodgers are in the 3 spot. Padres are in the 6 spot.
I don't mind a 3-game series against the Dodgers.
I said before, if you have to beat them, the odds are certainly better to beat them 2 out of 3 than to beat them 4 out of 7. It just is. Doesn't mean you can't do the other, but 2 out of 3 is like one shutout, and in another game a ball goes through somebody's legs or something in two games.
It could come. Let me start that over.
All the games
could come down to who has the best closer, which we all know the Padres have the best closer.
Oh, there's no question. The Padres with the 8th and 9th inning, and now even the 6th and 7th. The Dodgers have been searching all year in that bullpen. Dave Roberts is like, just praying that Edwin Diaz figures it out between now and then. They all wanted to take him out of the role after ERA was like 11. And Dave Roberts is like, got to give him one more chance. And the one he got the one more chance, they loaded the bases. And then he got the last out. And I'm like, Dave Roberts is I know he's won the championship, but he's getting a lot of gray hairs to win these things. But Alex Vesia is no longer, the kind of wipeout guy. Evan Phillips hasn't been all that. Dodgers don't have that bullpen. They may have to put Sasaki. Well, they probably will. They have to put Sasaki back down there for the playoffs. Certainly don't need him to start.
No.
Got plenty of those guys.
No, they got plenty.
I mean, Blake Snell starting tonight. What did he do in the first game? 7 innings, 12 strikeouts, no walks. Oh, yeah, but he's been really hurt. Blake, I love you, but it's a little hard to believe it. No one else comes off the injured list like that.
Nope.
Everybody
Usually it takes time.
Right. Everybody feels their way. 3 innings here, 4 innings there.
And I have 12 strikeouts.
Blake just like mows people down. He may get hurt one more time before the playoffs start just to make sure he's ready.
I know that
it's really incredible.
We complain about the Dodgers, or at least I complain about the Dodgers.
That's a complaint I have for sure.
They have a lot of money that they're wasting on bad players right now. Edwin Diaz not living up to his contract. Kyle Tucker was booed yesterday by Dodgers fans because he is not living up to his contract.
Well, there's no way he could. I mean, Kyle Tucker would have to win the Triple Crown basically like Yordan Alvarez in order to live up the ridiculous contract the Dodgers gave him.
$60 million a year.
Who's leading the National League in hitting? Scrab, just checking in with you.
It's got to be a Rise.
Of course it's a Rise. If you can get who's in second place, I'll
Otto Lopez.
Otto has fallen.
Oh.
It's now Gabriel Moreno.
Oh, the Diamondbacks guy?
Catchers don't win too many batting titles. He's second.
Speaking of, Hedges didn't hurt the Padres over the weekend.
Hit the ball hard there.
He did.
I think once yesterday, but he didn't. I think the Guardians missed a chance there.
Yeah.
They played Patrick Bailey. Patrick Bailey doesn't have anything to prove. Hedges would have gone out there with a chip on his shoulder. Padres making fun of him like that.
Oh, you know who has a chip on his shoulder? Andy Green, who is now the Mets manager.
That could be interesting.
I'm a
Good
little nervous
point.
about this series.
Well, there's reason to be nervous because all the games matter, and you could lose any game. At this level, I think we're all kind of clear on that now.
No Juan Soto, so that's good.
Yordan Alvarez, by the way, update 321. That is the best average in all of major leagues. Home runs, 36. That is tops in the American League, one behind Schwarber for the major league. And Alvarez, 88 RBIs, number one in the American League. Burleson took the lead for the Cardinals with 92. Drove in 2 earlier today. Cardinals beat the Reds 2-1 in the only afternoon game.
It's Monday.
That was a double header makeup.
Oh, gotcha.
So
I was hoping that the Padres they were going to get the game in yesterday because
yeah, you don't want to go back to Cleveland. They might have had to go back on Thursday this week.
Do they have an off day?
It's the only time you can do stuff like that. Yeah. You'd rather not have a game hanging like a hanging Chad at the end of your schedule.
I mean, the Mets had to do that a couple years ago.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, that's not ideal.
Not ideal.
So it's very good that they got the game in. Cardinals and Reds, they'll play later tonight in the regularly scheduled game. But right now the Padres are 1 up. Well, they're tied with the Phillies, but the Phillies get the tie break.
Yes.
So they would be the 5 seed. The Padres are the 6. And then you've got the Diamondbacks a game back. You got the Marlins 3, and you have the Cardinals 3. You and I saw something really weird, though, while we're waiting to come back. Right now, check this if you're just kind of trying to picture the American League playoff race. You know that Tampa Bay's in first place. They would be the number 1 seed, okay? The White Sox, believe it or not, would be the number 2 seed. The Astros, even though they're 1 game over 500, would win the West at the moment. They'd be the 3 seed. You probably know that the Yankees and Red Sox are the best 2 wild cards, so they'd be the 4-5. What you don't know is who the 6 seed would be right now in the American League. Is it the Tigers? No. Is it the Twins or the Guardians? No.
All 3 of those teams gave up at the trade deadline.
How about the Rangers? No. How about the Mariners, who were supposed to be good? No. The wild card right now, the last one would be the Orioles, who traded everybody away. They traded Rutschman. They traded, who are their pitchers they traded away? 2 or 3 pitchers. Orioles have the last wild card spot. All of a sudden, Pete Alonso's sitting pretty. And you know what? I don't know how it's going to turn out. But right now, the Red Sox and Yankees would play in the 4-5, which would be, pretty good. The Orioles right now would draw the Astros. They're probably better than the Astros to begin with.
Why can't the Padres?
What is going on?
The Tigers be in the AL? Come on,
that's just not something to worry. Waste your time.
Are we looking at a terrible World Series matchup because
we're
going to have an under 500 team in the World Series?
You know what? Every time that's ever happened, the World Series turns out to be just fine.
That's true.
So I don't worry about it. You can look up a couple of them. I know one of them was this, 1954, the Willie Mays catch.
Yep.
They played the Indians that year. They were called the Indians won 100 and maybe 13 games, whatever. Set the AL record, ran away with it. Imagine how good the Indians had to be to run away from the Yankees to win the American League.
Seriously.
And then the Giants swept them. So you don't ever, World Series are weird. You never can totally tell. Cubs got a big blow today. Swanson, shortstop, oblique, 6 weeks.
Ooh.
Heard it yesterday like on a swing. Not great.
Not great.
Sorry for the Cubs. Don't know.
Not.
Yeah, I'm not either. Maybe put PCA at shortstop. See what he can do.
Oh, he'll probably do great, Chris.
No kidding. He'd probably be making plays.
They would give him the Gold Glove for only playing a month.
Yeah, Dodgers have placed Wrobleski on the injured list. Yeah, they don't need him anymore. All the other guys are off the injured list.
Who did they put? Glasnow in there?
Who knows?
Instead?
Paul Skeen's start was skipped. He's got an ERA of 5 over the last. Was it 26 starts? It's incredible that Paul Skeens could be pitching that bad.
They're thinking about shutting him down.
You know what they ought to seriously consider? His miles per hour are down like 4 per hour.
Yep.
Number of 100-mile-per-hour pitches way down. I don't want to see something happen to Paul Skeens, but this is what's going to happen to Mizorowski. You just know it. I hope for the Brewers fans and their sake that he did the most out of him this year. That's why they should have got Skubal this time. Because I don't think Mizorowski is going to be around for too much longer. We do have to break. I'm sorry. I do want to say one thing. Tommy John did pass at the age of 83. Pretty legendary name in baseball. One of the great pitchers, should be in the Hall of Fame. If nothing else, 288 wins, or just how about contributing his name to the most important surgery in the history of the sport?
I didn't realize that when you tore your UCL back in the day, your career was just over.
Done. Yeah.
Like, that is tough.
Done.
That is tough, but yeah.
All right, timeout.
The biggest.
Pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer. And he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts.
Ball.
Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. Xander Bogaerts blasts one out. It's their second home run of the inning. We take another look as StatCast tells us that ball took off at 110 miles an hour.
And plenty of distance as well. I mean, that wasn't.
Zach Maxwell taking over on the mound.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Oh, 1 now. Smoke to the left, base hit. And the hits just keep on coming. Here's the rookie right fielder. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one. Close, but called a ball. Ball one.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Pitch misses. 2-1.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
The 3-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. Got him swinging. The high heat, too much on that one.
I see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball.
That is the inning. But 2 round trippers. On now to the top half of inning number 2. Now the Reds cleanup hitter, Nathaniel Lowe. And ball 1.
He's already pitching with a 4-0 lead, so we should see him be aggressive. Fill up the strike zone. Don't issue free passes.
Freddie Ferguson doing the umpiring duties behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Freddie's a well-respected umpire, Boog. Maybe a little bit more of a pitcher's umpire. He does like to pitch down just below the knees or right about there, but most hitters are pretty good at covering that spot these days.
Swing and a miss. Oh, the count is even, 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And now Spencer Steer. Fouled off left side. Here comes the 0-1. Machado. Over to first. Nice play off the bounce for the out. Next for Cincinnati, Will Benson.
Number 30, Will Benson.
That's a ball.
Hit in the air out towards left center field. Pretty well struck. He dives, but he can't make the catch. And that's a double.
Pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer. And he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts.
Ball.
Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. Xander Bogaerts blasts one out. It's their second home run of the inning. We take another look as StatCast tells us that ball took off at 110 miles an hour.
And plenty of distance as well. I mean, that wasn't.
Zach Maxwell taking over on the mound.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Oh, 1 now. Smoked in the left.
All right, even though Sam Levitt ran out on us to Braden's show today, we'll let him do the pregame.
He won't even look in our direction.
Yeah, he'll walk right past us when he comes in.
And then he'll be like, Chris, I need my seat.
The thing with Sam was he was all very, needy when the Padres were, suffering and hurting. But now that they're back on top, yeah, he's just right on, going straight through. Nah, we love him. He's coming in for the pregame show, Padres and Mets at 4:00. And that's Jesse and Tony on the call. Tony was with us, of course, at the beginning of this, the Gwynn and Chris show. Padres, Mets, starting tonight, also tomorrow, and then Wednesday morning game. Team will come home Thursday, Skrabe. Friday, is it the Twins or the Pirates? I think it's the Twins first.
Twins.
Yeah, Twins on the weekend coming in. Do we have tickets to give away today?
Yes,
to
it's on your
something?
sheet.
So when are we going to do that?
Whenever you want.
We'll have to do it right at the end so people can call in.
Okay.
Well, I could do it now, but then you'll be preoccupied.
That's true. But if we do it at the end of the show, then
it gets
I don't know what to do. Actually, we'll
I got
figure
it.
out. Okay.
This is a 2-part question. Can we give 2 tickets tomorrow or no? There'll be 2 correct answers for this good question. It's a good question. There's 2 correct answers.
No, we have to give them out.
We got to give one today, one tomorrow.
You got to read what you got to promote. What
the tickets are going to be to see Luke Combs. Big deal. Petco Park. He's playing there on June 26th. 26th and 28th.
I mean, it's a long time out.
Ticket information, lukecombs.com. That's next June 26th.
I was waiting for you to figure it out.
My goodness. Got 10 months to get ready. You're going to win these tickets. You're going to forgot you won them.
Until they send them to you.
All right, people are going to call in. You're just going to have to find a way. I'm going to write the answer down just for you. Okay?
Just for me?
Well, so that you know when people call in what the
Okay.
answer is.
Okay.
I want people to see it on the chat, so I'm slipping it over to you. Got it?
I put it on, yes.
All right, that's the answer. The question is 833-288-0973. You want to go see Luke Combs like 10 months from now. All you got to do is tell me which team won the very first AFL game ever played.
Oh, my goodness.
Which team won the very first American Football League game ever played? We are an American Football League city here, people. San Diego Chargers were born in the American Football League. What team won the very first American Football League game ever played? If you get it, thank you. You'll go see Luke Combs. And if you're calling in to try and win it, just be patient because Skraby's going to be picking up the calls in and out of our segment here.
Please know the question.
Right. We don't have time, especially today, because you're right in the middle of the show when you do this.
Yeah.
We might even go live, which is scary because then people, say weird stuff.
All right. I'm going to drop everyone.
Oh, that a boy, Skraby. You're tough.
Well, I mean, they already called in before.
Yeah, they called
even
in
knew the
before I
question.
gave you the question.
All right.
All right, while you're doing that, though, the big news of the day, not only the Padres in action tonight, the whole thing, but Major League Baseball did today unanimously approve the sale of the Padres to the investor group led by the private equity billionaire Jose E. Feliciano and his wife and business partner Kwanzaa Jones. They announced the approval after a vote. It was unanimous, as mentioned. The agreement was reached back in May, and the late owner family, Peter Seidler, $3.9 billion is the purchase price of the Padres. The deal is still contingent on the official closing of the transaction in the coming weeks. I believe it's pretty much all done by now. It does say in the release, the information that not a big surprise, but some may wonder, Padres CEO Eric Grupner staying in his role and general manager AJ Preller staying in his. They remain in charge of the day-to-day operations. Did we get a winner over there?
Yep, PJ.
PJ, did he know or did he just guess?
Yeah, we got a couple guesses.
PJ was on it, huh?
A Raiders guess.
Yeah. Well, if you guess an AFL team, you had a shot.
I wouldn't be able to tell you the AFL teams. Is it just teams in the AFC?
The original 8, yeah, they're all AFC teams. The original 8 were the Buffalo Bills, the Boston Patriots, the New York Titans, and
didn't our president own that team?
New York Titans.
Maybe not.
This president, no, he owned the New Jersey Generals of the WFL
That's
or the United League.
Yes.
Yeah, the AFL was a little too early.
I don't know why I thought. Anyway,
for our president, the fourth team in the East was the Dallas Texans, who became the Kansas City Chiefs. The Houston Oilers, also original. Dallas Texans, LA Chargers became San Diego the second year. Oakland Raiders, and the answer to the question, Denver Broncos won the very first AFL game ever played. They beat the Boston Patriots in Boston. So PJ got that, and he'll go see the concert. While you're writing down that info, here's something said by the commissioner, Rob Manfred, today. He said, Jose and Kwanzaa understand the unique place the Padres hold in San Diego, the powerful bond between the club and its fans. We look forward to the leadership of the Padres and working with them to build on the club's strong foundation. Sounds like GPT chat wrote that quote
Chris,
from Rob Manfred. There's no way Rob Manfred really said
GPT.
Chat GPT. There you go. Yeah, I'm still learning. Here's an actual statement though that Feliciano and Jones made together in a statement. We are a family first, and becoming owners of the Padres means joining an even larger one. We are grateful to the Seidlers, especially for Peter, for raising the expectations of what this franchise can achieve. Our ambition is clear: to bring a World Series championship to San Diego. And, all the rest of it's just, fluff on top of that. Win me the World Series. The rest of the stuff will take care of itself. Wouldn't it be something if they won it the first crack? Would you almost be like that's not fair? Like we've all been suffering for 60 years trying to win our championship. Padres have an opportunity. They're playoff bound as it stands right now. All right, we have a couple of moments here to get to a couple of other developing stories in sports today. Sammy will get you all the rest of the baseball Padres stuff. You're back after the win by PJ on the Broncos winning the first ever AFL game. PJ goes to see Luke Combs. PJ, you're going to forget. By the time.
Basically.
I mean, he's just.
I said, just keep a lookout for the email.
Right. Next June, he's going to get a note from somewhere. He's going to go,
what?
That's what do you call it? Not trash.
Spam.
Spam. Yeah, he's going to wipe that right out.
Luke Combs must be. I know he's
Luke's
a big artist, but
I know what you're saying.
You're getting the year-long treatment. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. The Lakers sale. Remember that we started all that last week. Mark Walter.
Do I remember it?
Well, I know, but I'm talking to the listeners.
Oh, gotcha. It's a rhetorical question.
Yes. 12.5 billion. And, these guys came in, Iger and Kushner, and said, hey, you look like you're hurting, or we heard you're being under investigated for the FBI, or we're just taking a shot in the dark and wondering if you might sell, although that one seems a little far-fetched. Mark Walter immediately said yes. It took like less than a day for him to agree to sell his most prized possession. Hard to believe, but he did it. Well,
he would say the Dodgers is his most
yes,
prized
well,
possession.
we'll see how long he holds on to them, because apparently, as you said earlier, starting to get rid of, maybe sell Chelsea now or his stake in that in the Premier League. But that's not what I want to get to. The big news in this today is that the Buss family sold its remaining 17% stake.
Yeah.
So Kushner and Iger get that, and that means no more Jeannie Buss.
She's out.
She's out. What are we gonna do?
You know, I think it always happens like this. Some guy, as a billionaire, just randomly calls up another billionaire and be like, "Hey, you willing to sell the Lakers today? Yeah, sure. Let's do it." That's how it always works, right, Chris?
How much are they worth? $10 billion. How about we give you 12.5?
Oh, done. I'll send you over the paperwork.
3-4 minutes. Yeah, I'll get. I'll have my guy call your guy. We'll announce it tonight.
In all reality, there's something serious happening behind the scenes.
Something weird happened here, and I don't know why did Jeannie sell? There's no need. She doesn't need the money. The Buss thing, they don't need the money.
I have
no
idea. I don't know.
Why would they give up their little share of it?
I mean, it seems like having a 17% share in the Lakers is basically like printing money.
I don't get this.
I don't get it either.
I'd have to read deeper into this and get an explanation from Jeannie Buss, but I haven't seen one yet. But that seemed weird.
And Bob Iger's a Clippers fan, apparently.
Not anymore. Well, he might still be. Speaking of the Clippers,
they're in trouble too.
Not really. Apparently, all the stuff that the NBA had on Ballmer, cheating and paying Kawhi under the table, they apparently don't have anything.
It just went away?
It's not going away, but the NBA, according to all the sources, the NBA found no evidence at all showing that anything they charged Ballmer with doing actually happened.
I don't believe any of that.
I didn't say it's right or wrong, but they couldn't find anything. So either it was covered up beautifully or the people running the NBA's investigation are idiots and they didn't get anything.
I don't believe it. I don't.
I'm just reading don't kill the messenger,
I'm not.
Skrabe.
I'm just saying, like, it's hard to believe that.
It's unbelievable that all of this stuff came out. And if it's all wrong, and it seems like for the moment it's going to be, can we apologize to Kawhi Leonard also for dragging his name through here and making it seem like he's a complete, utter slime ball when none of this apparently happened, or at least the NBA has no proof of it? Read the story, Skrabe. It's crazy. It says, look, the league has been looking for 9 months to find. They had all these sources and everything, and Kawhi this, Kawhi that, and Ballmer this, and none of it. They got zip.
Has there been any political donations recently?
I don't know, but I'm just saying I think an apology to Kawhi is in order.
I mean, could you even say...
Because Kawhi Leonard's name outside these circles and these walls where we love him, right? Outside is like, the guy's, he's been taking money under the table. He's been doing this and that and cheating the system.
Is there like a defamation case that he could bring?
Does he need to?
I don't think he needs to, but once you defame someone, I would think that you would have something to defame them with.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know. Anyway. All right, that's that. A couple of more NBA or just basketball news. Thank goodness that in the WNBA this weekend, Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers faced off each other and put on a show for the ages, Skraby. They both put in 29. They hit one shot to, top each other down the stretch, and Clark's Indiana won the game. So thank goodness, finally, at least one story that talks about the WNBA itself. Last night, Caitlin and Indiana played Angel Reese in Atlanta. Came down to Atlanta with the ball, tie score, and the Atlantic player takes a shot from the perimeter, misses it. Angel Reese gets the rebound under the basket to win the game.
Excuse you, me bound.
What? No, not this. This was an actual rebound because somebody else missed the shot.
Gotcha.
She gets the rebound right there. Bank shot to win the game. Misses it. Angel Reese is like, oh my God. And they have a great angle of her going like this and walking the other way behind her, looking and smiling as Caitlin Clark. It's a great shot. Caitlin Clark's team won that game also.
Was that on a fast break? Because I saw Angel Reese miss another fast break layup.
No, this was a game-winning layup, 2 seconds to go, and just bricked the layup under the basket.
Sorry to laugh.
Sorry, Angel. Funny. But it is a little because that's what she's known for, whether she wants to be or not, is that she misses layups all the time. And this time it cost her team the game. Gino Ariman did have a good I think that I'd like to see the WNBA listen to this guy. He's pretty smart when it comes to women's basketball.
We're just moving past the fact that, remember when he got all mad at Don Staley? We're just moving past it?
Well, no, but in this case, I'm moving past it because I think he's trying to help the WNBA.
All right.
And he's trying to explain that people do not want to tune into a league and be politicized. And the WNBA better figure this out. And thank you, Gino, because he's saying the same thing I've been saying. Scotty Scheffler ran away with the golf this weekend.
Yeah, biggest.
What was that? Tell me that it's a playoff, right?
The first
I don't
round
understand
of
how it works. It's weird.
So
I know Rory was upset, which I like.
Why was he upset?
Because he played terrible.
I didn't even know he played, to be honest. That's how bad he played.
Yeah, he was so bad. He was like...
this is the first round. So if you're within the first, at the top, certain amount,
you
100,
advance to the next round,
and then
anyway.
the next round it shrinks a little bit more, and then you have to keep playing your way into the Tour Championship. But they're ending it earlier in the last couple of years, just so they're not competing with football.
It says Rory McIlroy is, quote, lost after he finished 66th.
Wow.
In the FedEx Cup playoff. It made me feel better to see somebody shoot a 2/72 and announce that they're lost on the course.
That's what he shot.
I thought what I do is lost on the course. He thinks what he does is lost on the course. So I thought that was pretty funny. There was an incredible achievement in baseball this weekend that we shouldn't gloss over entirely. The kid for the Cardinals, and is it Baez?
Yeah, Baez, yeah.
Josh Baez. If you didn't see this, it's never happened before, and I don't think it's ever going to happen again. I mean, baseball's been playing for a couple of years now.
Just a few.
Baez became only the third player ever to homer in his first 2 major league at-bats, and then he took it further and he hit one in his third.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No one had ever done that.
That's awesome.
First inning, home run. Third inning, home run. Fifth inning, home run. 3 for 3, 3 home runs. No one's ever done it in the history to start their career.
This whole baseball thing's pretty easy, huh?
I guess so, except for the fact he's 0 for 6 since then with 3 strikeouts. But he did homer in his first 3 at-bats.
I mean, you can't make up something better than that.
Yeah, and you can't
just pitch of his major league career.
He homered on the first pitch, too, on his first at-bat. But, hitting 3 home runs on 3 at-bats to start your career, you can't, get lucky on that. You have to hit 3 home runs to do that. But the only other 2 guys who did it were, the 2 home runs was in the 50s or something. So this is no one's done this at all.
I mean, this made so much news. It was on the Today Show this morning.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I got to say, very impressive. And then today, got a couple more minutes. The AP poll came out for college football. I have to be honest with you, Skraby. This is not intended at the Aztecs or anything. I will always support my team, my school. But college football is beyond me at the moment. I just don't like it. I never thought I would get to that point because I think the playoff has something to do with it. But you got games that are coming up the first week of the year. Number one, half the players on all the good teams are transferred in from somewhere else. All of them are making more money than any of us who are watching the game. The college football experience has just changed and not for the better in my estimation. The only thing for me to root for or against now is the coaches. I can root against Lane Kiffin. I can root against this coach or for that coach. The schools and the players themselves, who knows who any of these teams have on their rosters.
It's true.
Everybody changes teams. A couple of guys stay where they are, and it's the same 7 or 8 teams at the top anyway. This is the way it used to be. So this hasn't helped bring anybody else into the fold. It's still Ohio State. It's still Oregon. It's still Alabama and Georgia. It's still Notre Dame, right? Texas. It's the same 7 or 8 teams at the top. And, on and on we go. And who cares who wins in week 1? They have a playoff now at the end.
Yeah.
And if they're going to continue to expand the playoff, team like Ohio State will be able to lose 2 games. And they'll say, well, we were still Ohio State. We got to put them in the playoff.
It's true. I mean, that's what Notre Dame was saying last year.
Right.
The reason they should have been in there.
Yeah, we're Notre Dame. And everyone else was like, well, yeah, you didn't beat anybody. Finally, that won out. But I don't know. College football has lost me at the moment.
I saw this tweet, and I cannot find it, but it was someone who went through the preseason poll from last year and how many teams ended up still in the poll. And there were like maybe 12 teams that weren't even in the poll at the year end. Like Penn State was number 2 in the preseason polls.
Yeah, they only won about 3 games.
Which we've talked about this before.
The preseason polls is we understand it because it makes us think that those games in the first couple of weeks are more important than they are.
Yeah.
But it's really an unfair advantage for somebody like Ohio State who can lose 2 games.
Yeah.
Well, we used to be number 1, so we must be close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. Indiana won it last year. That was, I think it actually was good for football.
I think so.
Somebody outside the normal, group, the normal
good
club.
Characters like Signetti and Fernando Mendoza.
Now people are starting to try not to like him and saying he's this and that. I don't know. I think Signetti's kind of a breath of fresh air compared to a lot of these other guys. But, college football, I don't know. I'm in a transition phase, and I'm kind of transitioning away from it right now.
It's not easy to watch.
And I don't like that. I don't want to do that.
Watch at all.
Because like Ohio State's going to play for number 1. And anyone remember a player? I mean, didn't we have the kid from
Julian
Carlsbad?
Sayin? I know he's back.
But is he still there?
He's back.
Okay.
He's at the top of the Heisman watch list.
He was pretty much up there last year, too, and he actually looked the part for a while. I will say this, for the new Pac-12 fans, there are 4 week 1 matchups where Pac-12 teams are playing teams in the top 25. I say this because this is a chance right off the bat for a couple of teams in the Pac-12, win a couple of these games and announce yourself. If you're San Diego State, you got to root for Boise State to beat Oregon. You got to root for Texas State to beat Texas. I don't think that's going to happen, but Washington State plays Washington. Oregon State plays Houston. Those are 4 Pac-12 games against ranked opponents. I don't know what's going to happen because how can you predict anything with college football? You don't even have the rosters.
You can't.
But I would love to see a couple of those Pac-12 teams win those games. That would be very good for what we're trying to do here. And how can you take any sport seriously when Georgia, one of the greatest programs in the history, play Tennessee State? Come on. That's not even it's almost a high school game.
Tennessee
What
State
are you doing? They're not Division 1 in football. Missouri State is playing a top 10 opponent. It's just Abilene Christian is playing Texas Tech. I hate Texas Tech and that stupid, arrogant coach who was going to bring the kid in and kept making excuses for it. But Abilene Christian? What is that? You ought to be BYU. BYU, you never say much about them that I like, but they're playing Utah Tech. What is that?
Tennessee State is playing Alabama A&M. They're also playing Florida A&M.
Yeah, but they're also opening with Georgia.
Well, no, they're actually opening with Jackson State.
Oh, they're getting a warm-up game?
They're getting a warm-up game.
I mean, some of these games are ridiculous. Tennessee's playing Furman.
Furman in football doesn't.
Is that a school or a person?
Furman.
Missouri State's opening with Arkansas, or Missouri top 25, Arkansas Pine Bluff. College football, figure it out. You got issues.
These are just the payday games. For that small school, this is.
I'm not worried about
funding the rest of their year.
I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking of me and you as fans.
I get it.
Of the sport. Padres got to keep winning. Get the Mets coming in. Not coming in. We're going there, but Sammy Levitt's coming in to get you ready for the game. And then Skraby and I and Tony are back for one more big hour tomorrow. I hope we can do it, Skraby. We try to pull it off. Enjoy everything. For Tony, Skraby, Chris, thank you.